This is part 2, episode 170. You lot, go back now. Shahur Knight ordered the 5 emperors and 12 official level undyings. Yes, Knight. Yes, teacher. The many undyings bowed respectfully. After which, Bao Jin Emperor released his undying energy to wrap everyone and instantly teleported 1 light year away before they all disperse. After all, if they teleported via their god country before 9-Blade Knight's army, they would reveal their god country's locations. Yang Zhu, release all the earthlings. Shahur Knight ordered. Yes. Yang Zhu didn't dare resist. He became a beam of light flying above Earth and releasing a large number of the humans back. Over 1 billion of them were placed randomly throughout. Some Chinese people appeared in North America, some white people appearing in Africa, and so on. It was a mess. For everyone to be sent back to their respective homes and for Earth to regain its order, it would take at least 10 days to half a month, and this was also because of its advanced technology. After a while, Yang Zhu flew back. Shahur Knight looked at his crestfallen son and shook his head, ordering, "Let's go." Rumble. His black flames wrapped about his son, and in an instant, the both of them had vanished. Within the vast god country, Shahur Knight and Yang Zhu Emperor appeared within on a mountain peak. Father. Yang Zhu looked at Shahur Knight, his eyes filled with rage. Why have you sent me to the 9th jail hell, and for 1,000 eras? Don't say it's because of Luo Feng, I don't believe it. Even if I killed him, it wouldn't deserve such a severe punishment. Yang Zhu was indeed enraged. Even though he respected his father, this punishment was too heavy. He could only bear with it and ask later. He wanted to know the truth. Cha Luo. Shahur Knight rubbed his son's head and said softly. This isn't something I wanted. Yang Zhu's eyes gleamed. However, my teacher ordered me to do so in this matter, saying you are getting out of hand and have to be punished heavily. Shahur Knight sighed. Back then, my teacher said, to send you to the 9th Starfield jail hell for 1,000 eras, that it was considered a small punishment. Father, your teacher. Yang Zhu stared wide-eyed. Rumble. Yang Zhu felt like his brain had exploded. His father was Shahur Knight, his position alone plus his sect within the huge Axe Dojo was already absolute. Even against Undying Knight, it wasn't too big a difference. Even though Undying Knight's position was high and he was powerful, he was a lone wolf without a sect and help. Hence Shahur Knight wouldn't be too afraid of him. However, Shahur Knight's teacher, that was something else. All of Shahur Knight's sects, the true leader of them was his teacher. Shahur Knight was but one of the great being's disciples. That great being was the true powerful dictator within the huge Axe Dojo, and probably only the founder of the huge Axe Dojo could suppress him. Void Gold Master. Yang Zhu said hoarsely. Shahur Knight's teacher, Void Gold Master. A true dictator within humanity's ancient and endless history. He was a true power within one of the 2 great leviathans of humanity, the huge Axe Dojo. Even within, he was one of the pinnacle beings, with only the founder capable of making him bow. Void Gold Master wanted to punish me. Yang Zhu was filled with fear. The great Void Gold Master, why has he taken notice of me? Void Gold Master. High above, even the universe country leaders bowed before him, Shahur Knight and those level of beings all bowed before him. Even the entire Goldhorn race, they would all shudder before him. The most ancient and powerful beings of humanity, this was the level of being he was. To be able to hear his name from Void Gold Master, Yang Zhu should already feel extremely honored. And this was within the pinnacle race of humanity, like the Goldhorn race and many other races, they could never produce such a level of being like Void Gold Master. Even within humanity itself, it took countless calamities and trials for such a being to be produced. Father. Yang Zhu looked anxiously at his father. Why has he noticed me? He was afraid. Even his father was afraid of him. Yang Zhu belonged to the Void Gold sect. If the master wanted to kill him, who could protect him? Teacher said to punish you. As for the specific details, I don't know. Since he didn't say it, I didn't dare ask. Shahur Knight looked at his son. However, you can relax. At his level of being, how respected is it? It's not worthy of him to deal with a small punk like you. HM. Yang Zhu nodded. Teacher's orders made me suspect whether Luo Feng has any connections with him. Shihua frowned. Ah. Yang Zhu was taken aback. Father, so you treated him that well earlier, it was all because your matters on earth have drawn his attention, hence he wants to punish you. Shihua Knight nodded slightly. Teacher is very protective, yet he still wants you to enter the 9th jail hell for 1,000 eras. I can only guess that he has some connections with Luo Feng. But Luo Feng is from the Virtual Universe Company, and Void Gold Master is from the Huge Axe Dojo. Yang Zhu said. I'm not sure about the details. Shihua Knight shook his head. Yang Zhu could only sigh. He anticipated the day his father could become a being like Void Gold Master. That would be absurd. Whether it was the Primal Chaos City Leader or Void Gold Master, they all stood at the true pinnacle of humanity. These were beings that stood above the vast countless other races. Since it was teacher's orders, then you'll have to go serve your 1,000 eras. You've indeed caused much trouble these past few years, it's time you trained. When you can control that treasure, anything under a knight shouldn't be a threat. Even that true Yang, you'll be able to match him. After all, strength is absolute. Father cannot always protect you. Shihua Knight said. HM. Yang Zhu nodded. Solar system. The vast undying army led by Jade Emperor all became a blurry light, teleporting via their god country away. It left only Bloodthirst Emperor, Dylan and Luo Feng. They just teleported like that. Luo Feng was shocked. Aren't they afraid of their god country coordinates being revealed? The one using the teleport should be an undying slave. Bloodthirst Emperor smiled causally. And after using it, that slave would have to work hard to move his god country's position, that way, the coordinates would be useless. Move the god country coordinates. Luo Feng was curious. God countries lie within the slips of space, and these slips are vast and endless. Naturally, the god countries can be moved within them, leaving the original position. Bloodthirst Emperor said, however, the movement of the god countries are extremely slow. If one searched for the coordinates immediately, that would be extremely dangerous. Luo Feng nodded. Junior, do you know Shihua Knight? Bloodthirst Emperor looked at Luo Feng. Luo Feng shook his head. No, I've only lived for a few hundred years, how could I know him? Then why was he so courteous, so strange? Bloodthirst Emperor frowned. The knights are all-powerful invincible beings of the universe. They usually can't be bothered with little punks like you. I don't know. Luo Feng was puzzled as well. After which he smiled and said, Senior, it's rare you come around here, let's head to Earth for a while. All right. Bloodthirst Emperor replied easily. Earth, China, Yangzhou City, Luo residence. After Luo Feng got back, he released his family. Dad. Master. Luo Feng. The residents got busy instantly. Luo Hongwa said, Little Feng, when I was kept in the world earlier, I immediately connected to the Virtual Universe Network, contacting many of my friends before finding out that many of them were kept in a world too. I heard over 1 billion of them were all kept together. However, they all didn't know it was you who kept them, hence they were extremely terrified. Ha! Luo Feng laughed. The other people of Earth weren't kept by him. What a mess. Luo Feng used his spirit energy to scan. He couldn't help but laugh as it swept past Yangzhou City. It was a hot summer day, yet there were many white people in jackets in the city, even some nude with towels appearing in the streets. Some even appeared at the top of skyscrapers. Virtual Universe Thunder Island. Nine-Blade Knight had mobilized such a huge undying army, and they had gathered at the Primal Region's 9th teleportation spot. Naturally, the upper echelon of the Virtual Universe Company would know of it. The incident on Earth couldn't be hidden. Many knights came over to question Nine-Blade. Ha ha, I've checked in with some good friends in the Huge Axe Dojo. It wasn't just Shihua Knight, an undying knight. There were many other knights there that sent their elites over to Earth. However, Shohua Knight's people got there first. Luckily, they didn't succeed. Right, if Earth truly is a treasure land, it should be our virtual universe companies. That leader of Earth, that punk Luo Feng, he is a genius of ours. Nine Blade, this Earth seems like a very normal life planet. We should have discovered something special long ago. Just what was it that made so many of the huge Axe Dojo Knights send their people down? What is special about Earth? Nine Blade, tell us. I have no clue. Thunder Island, within Nine Blade Knight's palace, the few powerful knights and universe country leaders had all come. Yet they all left after, over 8 of them had come to question Nine Blade. The palace regained its calm. Jade Emperor, who was dressed in her jade armor, walked in, and in the throne a silhouette appeared. It was the green-robed purple-scaled man. Jade Emperor bowed respectfully. Knight, arrange it for me. I wish to see Luo Feng personally. Nine Blade Knight ordered. Yes. Jade Emperor complied and left. The green-robed purple-scaled man frowned in the palace, muttering, Earth. Just what's so special about this life planet, that even the huge Axe Dojo people have gotten so crazy over it? Virtual universe, Yuseong Mountain Primal Region, Luo Feng's villa. In his study, Luo Feng was talking to his teacher, Truyang Emperor, on the screen. That sure is strange. Truyang rubbed his chin in the screen, as he was curious. Even if that Shohua Knight had gone to Laos World, home of the Goldhorn race, he'd be barging in and not even caring about their doyens and so on. As an absolute genius, he's extremely arrogant. Yet, for him to show courtesy to a punk like you, how strange. I thought so too. Luo Feng was helpless. There must be a reason. Truyang thought for a while, shaking his head after and smiling. There's no use pondering over it. Since he was courteous to you, at least the reason behind it must be good. It shouldn't be bad. Don't bother about it. Train well and quickly step into the Sector Lord level. That's the level which is most critical to your training. It's also the level that will determine your fate. Luo Feng nodded heavily. After this incident, he clearly felt how little he was. If he had reached the Sector Lord pinnacle level, and combined with that soldier armor, as long as he raised his law comprehension by a few more levels, he may not have a guarantee of killing an official level undying, but he was confident his strength could be comparable to one. After all, the soldier armor's maximum strength already made him close to one. After chatting with his teacher, suddenly, Luo Feng, Jade Emperor, has requested a call. Barbata shouted on his shoulder. Luo Feng was shocked. Jade Emperor. This was the one of his teacher's close friends, and Nine Blade Knight's #1 Emperor level undying. Except, Luo Feng got up as a sign of respect. A silhouette appeared on the screen. It was a jade-armored extremely beautiful Lady Jade Emperor. She spoke coldly. The knight wishes to meet you. Just wait in your villa. I'll be there immediately. I will bring you to meet the knight. Nine Blade Knight. Luo Feng was shocked, however he still replied respectfully, yes. In an instant, Luo Feng stood patiently in his yard outside and gazed at a beam of light flashing towards him. It was Jade Emperor. Lord, where will we go to meet the knight? Luo Feng asked curiously. You are not an undying yet, hence we cannot go to Thunder Island. We'll instead go to a special place that he has created. Jade Emperor glanced at Luo Feng. Follow me to the teleportation point. Yes. Luo Feng followed. They first reached the teleportation point, before being sent to Nine Blade Knight's space. The virtual universe was after all still virtual, hence it was easy to create a large space. Just like the genius competitions, they would normally be held in a created space. Even the huge Axe Dojo's broadcast, they were within a large island that was fixed there just for that. Normal undyings didn't have the right to create their own space, knights however did. Nine Blade Knight's space. Wow! Luo Feng stood at the foot of the mountain, looking up at the 9 majestic mountains that pierced through the clouds. He was shocked. 9 blade-like mountains, all of them reached hundreds of thousands of kilometers high. Even with his vision, Luo Feng could barely make out the silhouette of the mountains. The middle tallest mountain was the hardest to see. The knight is in the Nine-Blade Shrine. Jade Emperor led Luo Feng straight around to the centermost mountain's canyons. Within these canyons was a range of palaces, and all of them were extremely exquisite and beautiful. Of which, Nine-Blade Shrine was the most majestic. Su. Jade Emperor and Luo Feng landed before the entrance of Nine-Blade Shrine. 2 Undyings standing guard there didn't even stop them. Follow me in. Jade Emperor led the way, and Luo Feng obediently followed. The entire shrine was engulfed in pressure. Jade Emperor walked towards the steps of the shrine and bowed respectfully. Knight. Knight. Luo Feng bowed respectfully too. In terms of status, Luo Feng was akin to an official level Undying. Hence, he didn't need to kneel when he saw a knight. Normal sector lords or absolute beginning region members and so on, however, had to kneel as a sign of respect when they saw a knight. Jade, you may leave. A clear voice resounded. Yes. Jade Emperor vanished. Rumble. The large door of the shrine closed, leaving only 2 people within, Luo Feng and Nine-Blade Knight. Luo Feng was shocked as he felt the door closing. He looked up and saw the green-robed purple-scaled man in the throne above. The aura that he emanated made people submit. Luo Feng. Nine-Blade Knight gazed down below and spoke. Here. Luo Feng listened intently. Let me ask you. He gazed carefully at Luo Feng and said, is there anything you need to report about what happened on Earth? Luo Feng shook his head. I'm completely puzzled. From what I know, it wasn't just Undying Knight and Shahua Knight from the huge axe dojo. There were many other knights that sent their people to Earth. Only thing was that Earth was too far, hence they all didn't make it in time. With so many knights noticing Earth and you as the leader, you should know the reason, right? Nine-Blade Knight observed Luo Feng. Sir Knight, both Undying Knight and Shahua Knight came to buy Earth from me, however they didn't tell me the secret. Luo Feng said respectfully. If I knew the secret of Earth, I would have reported it long ago, and not allow myself to fall into such a dangerous situation. Nine-Blade Knight carefully observed Luo Feng's gaze and expression as he spoke. Finally, he determined. Luo Feng did indeed not know any secret. Nine-Blade Knight immediately exclaimed, thinking that the huge axe dojo has well guarded all their secrets, to not even tell Luo Feng when they went to buy it. Seemed right too, if the virtual universe company knew of Earth's secret, and if it was very important, they would definitely hide it from the huge axe dojo. Remember? Nine-Blade Knight's voice got serious. Luo Feng bowed. Other than the island you provided for Undying Knight, from now on, without the virtual universe company's orders, without my order, you are forbidden from doing any deals regarding Earth. Nine-Blade Knight emphasized. Especially with the knights of the huge axe dojo. No matter how much benefits they give you, you are forbidden from selling Earth. You just tell them. This is the order the company has give you and you cannot go against it. Yes. Luo Feng replied respectfully. Go on. Nine-Blade Knight waved his hand. Luo Feng vanished from the shrine. He had left the virtual universe. Nine-Blade Knight frowned, muttering, secret. They actually kept the secret, then they can give up on acquiring Earth. After meeting Nine-Blade, especially hearing his final order, Luo Feng very easily understood the reason. Obviously the upper echelon of the huge axe dojo knew of Earth's secrets, and the virtual universe company didn't. Hence the 2 of them were in a deadlock. Without them telling the company about the secret, they couldn't even think about getting it. Luo Feng, Hong's message. Not long after chatting with Nine-Blade Knight, Luo Feng received a mail from Hong, scheduling a meeting in 9-Star Bay. Virtual Universe, Black Dragon Mountain Island, 9-Star Bay. In the quiet yard. Luo Feng, Hong and the white-robed Thunder God gathered. The Earth Shore is in a mess. Thunder God exclaimed. The moment I'm not here things get so messed up. It'll still be messy with you here. Hong smiled. This matter is very complex, It involves the knights and so on. You know about it too, big brother. Luo Feng looked shocked at Hong. Hong smiled and nodded. When the billions of people were kept in the world, some friends contacted me via the virtual universe network and told me about it. I was greatly shocked, and after investigating a little, I knew of Shahua Knight and how he sent his undyings to Earth. Thunder God didn't even get how special these words were. Luo Feng, however, was shocked. You can check on such things. Luo Feng stared in disbelief. The huge Axe Dojo was an elite organization like the Virtual Universe Company. The internal matters were governed extremely strictly. The positions and authority were separated very clearly, different levels had different amounts of authority. To be able to check up on how Shahua Knight sent some undyings to Earth, this was unbelievable. It's fine now, right? Hong smiled. It's fine, everybody's been returned back to Earth. Luo Feng still looked curiously at Hong. I won't ask about this, but I'll ask about you and Shahua Knight. They didn't trouble you too much, right? Hong asked. No. Luo Feng shook his head. I guessed so. Hong exclaimed. Having Void Gold Master as support sure is a good thing. He barely said a few words to Shahua Knight, and he actually listened obediently. Void Gold Master. Luo Feng stared. Who is that? The white-robed Thunder God looked shocked at Hong. Shahua Knight. That was a being that opened a universe country. To obediently listen to the words of Void Gold Master, just what terrifying being was this guy? Void Gold Master, third brother, you should know of him. Hong laughed. We've both been to Primal Chaos City, you should know there are 52 Primal Chaos tablets. Luo Feng nodded. There's one particular one, called the Sky Ruins Tablet, and the creator of this tablet is the Great Void Gold Master. Hong laughed. That's a true absolute being, even the universe country leaders have to kneel before him. Luo Feng was shocked. Sky Ruins Tablet was considered very powerful amongst the 52. According to the Heavenly Bridges levels, this tablet had 26 levels, just one short of the 9 universe tablet Luo Feng studied. In the overall rankings, it was within the top 10. The huge Axe tablet was first, the universe tablet was 2 ND. 52 tablets, every one of the creators of these tables were true pillars of humanity. Void Gold Master, this. Luo Feng looked shocked at Hong. Big brother, how do you know him? Luck. Hong laughed. This video will end here.